Yes. Hello and check out our Patreon at patreon.com/WentonGeek. We've remembered. That's really bright. Pretty dark in here, isn't it?
Yeah. It didn't used to be this dark.
I wonder if the bulb's dying.
We're back in music headquarters.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the third.
And final.
Yeah. This is the journey we have gone on. We have skipped. What's it called? Muscle of Love, because that's disgusting. I'll move this out of the way now. It's quite, the product placement is funny, but you know. Yeah. Welcome to my nightmare. The next Alice Cooper album. So it is the next. It is the next album that has Alice Cooper written on it. But of course, the band fell apart. Muscle of Love is actually a bit of a dud. I think I didn't like it. So this is the solo album. So Vincent Furnier went solo. So clever, as everyone knows, very shrewdly changed his name to Alice Cooper.
Welcome to my nightmare. Go.
Welcome to the nightmare jungle. Yes, and I don't think they fell out, actually, interestingly. I think it was more just they were just fed up. And there was, they sort of had enough, and etc. etc.
Oh no, battery's going.
It does say that, doesn't it? I suspect he felt a bit limited by what was basically a garage band. It was, two of them were people he was at school with. So there's a limitation there, although the production was, certainly with schools out, it certainly made it work really well. So here he's got Lou Reed's band, strangely, which includes, though, Tony Levin, pre-Peter Gabriel Tony Levin. I don't think he did the tour. I don't think he was sort of in the band. Obviously, he was a very, very useful session musician. I assume that was the plan. And here we have the first Alice Cooper solo album, which is a different thing. And it's like big arrangements and more sort of horns and very sort of widescreen and theatrical horror rock rather than the straight glam rock stuff. There's more of that. It's good. It's probably it's very, very commercial. So I think for some people it might be too middle of the road, but I think it's excellent. So does it lack the energy of the Alice Cooper band? It probably does, because that's a different thing. As long as you're not expecting a prog album or a death metal album, it's really good. Still recording. I'm waiting for it to stop.
Yes, so my turn. Yeah. So
It's fine.
I would say this is almost disappointingly good.
Ah.
Alice Cooper has, on this little run, upset my preconceptions of him, and this did exactly the same thing. It's going. You would expect.
Carry on, don't worry. Just have Marshall amp fall on me.
You expect going solo for the music to lose something and turn into what I expect of Alice Cooper, which is,
Poison.
Yeah.
Long time till we get to that.
Well, it's a bit like, I would say, going on a carousel and you're like, ugh, ride for kids, rubbish. And then by the time you come off, you've had more fun than you can possibly remember,
Yes, that's that, yeah.
Because it is genuinely good fun. It's incredibly light, yeah? Like this light. For some reason we've gone really light. So it's light and fun in a sort of macabre way. It uses excellent decoration to get what he wants done. It is like a Vincent Price monologue, which is absolutely awesome. It's better than the Thriller monologue. Yeah. So in Thriller they use it sort of like almost like mise en scène.
Yeah.
It is literally decoration, but with this one you get presented with a character which develops over. I mean, it's only, I don't know, a minute long or something like that.
Yeah.
So over a very short period of time, develops this character, and it sort of acts as a very good intro to the next song and reinforces the theme of the album perfectly, and probably rescues a pretty dull song at the same time. So.
Okay. Yes, I mean, it's at that point you think, it's just more of these songs, isn't it?
Yeah. And then that comes in, and it sort of transitions with a bit of the drumming stops, and then just when you think it's going to launch into the next song, it stops, and then, which feels like a bit of a jump, but actually it is the perfect intro, because the next song is just awesome. Black Widow.
Oh yeah.
It's just an awesome song, yeah. Again, I never realised what a sort of varied voice. I've got this vision of Alice Cooper as sort of like this gravelly, 2 lighters a day habit. That's his sort of shtick.
Yeah.
But there's quite a lot of. I think I'm a sucker for like a baritone voice. So like you've got the.
He does do a baritone sing, the actual singing. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So like you've got the Jim Morrison sort of style.
Yeah.
On the opening track, and you've got like there's even a bit of Paul McCartney in Only Women Bleed. Only Women Bleed.
Yeah.
And then you got the Alice Cooper gravelly thing, like the beginning of Devil's Food and stuff like that. So no, it's really good. It's really fun, and the first 5 tracks, that many tracks, are great. They're fantastic. I presume that's side 1.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I mean, I really like the sort of finale bits.
Wow, I think there's a bit of a lull in the middle of the album.
Yeah.
With
a little bit of filler.
What is it? Youth, something or other.
Department of Youth.
And Cold Ethyl.
Yeah, I mean, Cold Ethyl is actually supposed to, because it's a sort of traditional Alice Cooper song, but yeah, it's incredibly meh.
Yeah, but then you get into
Stephen.
It's done weird on bonus tracks.
Yeah, they've done that.
Yeah, it's called Years Ago, and Stephen, awesome.
Yeah,
great things going on there. Yeah, it's great rock. It is the rock that Harrods would sell you. It is fun and funny in the right way. I think when we first started doing videos, I was quite stuck on the idea of having comedy and music. You can't do it.
Oh right, yeah. Does humour go along in music?
Actually, this is humorous.
Yes.
And it's humorous in a good way because it makes you laugh.
Yeah. That's the horror thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think this is what pop music should be.
Yeah. Well, if pop rock was that, it'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
It's
exactly. Great. It's a light listen, and it's entertaining, and it's good fun. So actually, this is better than $1 Billion Babies.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I think we're recapturing what I liked on Schools Out.
Schools Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that different.
No.
It's still.
I mean, you expect it to sort of compress around the vocals. Actually, the instrumentation and arrangements are pretty good.
Yeah.
They're good enough. Probably as good as Schools Out.
Yeah, it does open it out. It doesn't narrow it.
Yeah.
This does open it out. But it's, like I said, it's not that different. But it is, the different bits are often the bits I really like, though. The piano bit is it The Awakening or is it Stephen? I'm getting the songs mixed up. It's Halloween, isn't it? Do and all that stuff.
That's Stephen. That is.
That's Stephen. Yeah. And it makes me think of it's just that era, the mid 70s to mid 80s horror. Is that's part of that same thing? It's very cool.
Yeah.
And of course, it was around this time. Obviously, he did the Muppets, and that's great. And there was a thing of he's doing the Muppets. He's Alice Cooper. Oh, Alice Cooper, serious music.
Actually, Stephen and I could keep forgetting the name. Years ago, for some reason that put the Muppets in my head.
I bet you've seen him doing those songs on the Muppets.
Really?
I bet that's what it is.
Oh, no way.
Well, but yeah, the critics don't like him anymore, though. Probably because he was on TV. I've got the TV special here. This is actually supposed to be the DVD of the concert video, which is sort of typically badly recorded mid-70s But it's what I really wanted was The Nightmare, which is the TV version of the album. And it is the album with extra bits, actually. Some of it's excellent. You've got Vincent Price. I don't know whether I would have wanted bits of dialogue in between or something, because it does end up feeling a bit like music videos, and some are better than others. Some folks is him dressed up in a suit dancing, and it's just, why am I watching this?
Yeah,
there's a bit of that, and ironically, he's in the same suit he was in the Alice Cooper movie where they're doing the big show tune, and then they all stomp off angrily and get a bulldozer and wreck the set and all that stuff. So that seems strange to me. But yeah, overall it's okay. But I think that and Going on the Muppets was a double-edged sword, because the critics aren't going to like him anymore. Yeah, that he's not going to satisfy their pretensions. This is a quote. Alice's nose for what the kids want to hear is as discriminating as it is impervious to moral suasion. So perhaps this means that the more obvious feminist truisms have become conventional wisdom among at least half of our adolescents.
What?
No, it's not. It's not that it's smart, right? It just doesn't mean anything. It's nonsense.
Feminist truisms.
A string of words.
Didn't they have to they renamed Only Women Bleed to Only Women in America because it limited its airplay?
Was that true?
Yeah, because they assumed that it was about menstruation, which actually I assumed. I thought it was hilarious.
I assume that's the. It's not about that, but then just having the word bleed makes it about Alice Cooper, and then it's actually just Only Women Bleed because. Yeah. Pretentious twaddle from the critics, which is funny.
I think that's the beautiful thing about it. There's nothing pretentious about this.
Yeah, he's it's like when you see him in interviews, he's so down to earth, and that's sort of reflected in everything, isn't it? Yeah. I did plan originally. We were going to do School's Out, this, and Hey Stupid or Trash. So I bought Hey Stupid, and it turns out it's really, really 80s. In 1991, with Slash on guitar. It's great he had a revival. So, but I think the problem is, once he'd done this, there wasn't really anywhere to go. So, the next album is all right, and then had a bit of a nosedive commercially, I think. In sort of the about 1980, that's the period he doesn't remember, because he was just pissed.
So did this album do very well?
It did very well. Yeah.
This is his last one on Atlantic, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've been on Wikipedia this morning.
But yeah, I think part of the problem is there's nowhere to go, and maybe he should have reformed the band after this album, or maybe alternated or something. And obviously there's an early 80s period where he tries sort of new wave music, and it just doesn't work at all. It's just disastrous. And then because he came back, 86 is it? Constrictor. And I suppose the problem is it's when he came back is the problem. He came back in 1986, the year of crap. So and yet we all know Poison. And we all know Hey Stupid, and we all know Lost in America, which is the next album. And we all know Feed My Frankenstein. And they're great. But that is kind of it. There's not many. There's a lot of stuff I don't like. It's just so bland 80s. But that's what he had to do. And the truth is that this thing attaches itself very easily to Poodle Rock. And because he had a sort of glam link as well. Obviously, attaching himself to Poodle Rock was the smart thing to do, and he was on top of the world again. So fair play, but I don't want to listen to them, sadly. This is great.
Yeah, really good album.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend listening to that.
Yeah, I think 5 eggs. I'm going to give 5 eggs.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, it's actually, if it wasn't for the lull in the middle, and actually, I am, by Escape, I am sort of like, okay, I think it's because Stephen's so good.
Right.
It sort of feels like it tails off towards the end. Yeah. I mean, it is pretty close to a 6-egg album, I would say. That's pretty much as good as you can do with that sort of thing.
Well, exactly, and that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's not going to make another one that good.
It's the pop rock version of The Lamb, I suppose. It's sort of like...
Yeah.
It's great.
Yes, so you need to get that. I'd say don't be tempted and think, oh, I like the visuals as well, because it's kind of a horror thing. It's nice, but you don't need it.
They could do a really good video of that, I think.
Yeah, it needs to be a movie.
Yeah.
Not just a selection of music videos, or somewhere in between TV special, and maybe not have all the songs, so it could, you know, maybe. So yes, thank you very much, and...
We've done Alice Cooper. I never thought we'd do Alice Cooper, and I'm glad we did.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. Alice Cooper is good. Shut up.